Good evening. I guess it's actually evening. It's 4 o'clock now. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm going to do your Scorpio reading for the week of February 23rd through February 29th. So let us play with these cards a little bit and see what's going on with Scorpio. Mercury in full effect. It's taken me about an hour to get this going. Since about actually a couple hours. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my computer. Figured it out. So, first thing that comes up here is the Hierophant. We do have the Two of Coins. So that's telling me that you might have some job changes going on, some collaborations, maybe some work-related partnerships that are happening. I do see some opportunity and money coming your way. I do feel as if you're struggling with your budget right now. And the difference between what was going on with you guys last week and what's coming up, though, is the Six of Coins as you're trying to gather some money together for some projects. We do have the Eight of Cups, things moving quickly. This is a weird dynamic of cards for pulling a one energy. It feels like a little scattered, that things are a little bit all over the place. So whatever it is that you're looking for money-wise, I am seeing the Six of Wands, and that tells me that there's victory coming for you, that there is something that will be maybe a surplus or some money that's coming to you in a chunk. We have the Two of Coins, which represents you having a job or an opportunity to work with someone, possibly getting some education in regards to your employment. This might be an upgrade, what's the word I'm looking for? Continuing education class. It might even be, some training that you're specializing in. I do see that you're very concerned about people's integrity right now. It's a big mood, a big focus, a big notice for you right now. You're having a tendency to look at the squint with people a little bit. Right now, Scorpio is all about finding the good in things. I do see a bunch of energy shifts for you by the end of next week. There's some celebration. I don't know if you're going to get an opportunity to spend some time playing, but it looks here, the Nine of Cups, which is playtime. That's fun, celebration, vacation, things like that. I'm also seeing the Sun card for you, and that references you having things coming into a fullness and things kind of being well in balance and actually getting to enjoy things. So if you're feeling as if things are all work and no play, that's going to shift for you. You're going to have a surplus of money. Some of you are getting your taxes back, and it might not even reference that. But I am seeing King of Coins. So this isn't going to be just a small amount. It's going to be a shift to something that's actually going to be useful to you. In the meantime, you have the Ace of Coins, Six of Coins, Three of Coins. You've got Two of Coins, Six of Coins. Everything for you right now is about money. So this upcoming week, you've got education on the brain. You've got learning new things on the brain. You're definitely taking a strong look with the Temperance card at how things are balancing out. You want a good work-life balance. You want to make sure that the things that you're asking yourself to do isn't going to take on too much. You've overcommitted in the past, and you want to make sure you don't repeat any of that. However, the biggest holdback that you have is the Ten of Cups right here. I'm sorry, Eight of Cups. And that's all about you having things moving quicker than you like. Scorpio doesn't want to play with that right now. But we do have the Ten of Cups, so that's talking about balance externally. And then you have the Seven of Cups, which is internal balance. As above, so below. So as within, so without. As you're finding a little bit more peace with how your money is acting right now, you're going to start to have that bleed over like into your relationships. But just know that you're coming from a place where you're going to have enough, because it feels like you've been working really hard or maybe doing some overtime or doing something extra to subsidize what's going on with you financially. But like I said, the biggest concern for Scorpio right now is that there is a plenty amount of balance within those, because you've got the Temperance card and then all these other balance ones. So let's take a look and see what's going on with you emotionally and within your relationships by using the Mystic Dreamer deck. Let's take a look and see what's going on relationship-wise. Burden, Judgment, Magician. Do you feel like you're pulling all the weight? The Magician card is one of those things where you're expected to put the show on. You're expected to be the one to have all the magic. You're expected to be the one that's kind of the go-to. This week, I'm seeing the Three of Swords, which is all about Mercury retrograde. That is my Mercury retrograde card. You'll probably see a lot of that coming up in the next week or so. I do have the Empress card. Right now, there is nothing you can do to move any of the energies within your relationships. I always talk about this card as being the one that says you can't pick an apple in December. But this is one of those things that you gotta let the cake bake. Stop opening the oven and poking at it and seeing if it's ready, because it's not. Temperance card. So the big thing for Scorpio is about balance right now. You're tired of things happening the same way over and over again. You definitely have your mind elsewhere. There's your money again, Six of Pentacles. You're all over the place when it comes to money. With your relationships right now, you're very undecided. You're not quite sure how you want to proceed and what you want to do to move forward with certain individuals. I do see you making everything very practical, though. You're in this phase where you're lining everything up. And just remember, this phase that you're in when it comes to your money is also bleeding over into your relationships. I do have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a little bit stubborn. Are you behaving like a little bit of a know-it-all right now? Are you behaving... or are you just in a place where you've seen this before, you've been there, done that, and you don't want to repeat it, and so you kind of know the direction you want things to go. So you're standing your ground. A little bit of both, but just make sure you don't go too far into the stubborn attitude, because that's the dark aspect of that card, is that somebody doesn't like to listen. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so that is you nurturing family and home, and you have the King of Wands. So like we were talking about with your money, you have the Six of Pentacles. There might even be a point in your timeline this next week where you're going to be doing some charity or excuse me sorry, where someone will have need of you and you'll actually be able to help, or that you're going to have the resources that are in play to take care of something coming up for you. I do see not a lot of changes going on within your relationships right now. We have the Eight of Pentacles with that, and that's kind of consistency. It's repetition. It's making sure you're doing things to give good results, right? Don't be too judgmental. We do have the Judgment card in the back there, and then we have the Hierophant. Right now, a lot of love is present in your life. So even though it's present, doesn't mean there's great communication. I see that being a concern for you. And you're of two minds. Not only do you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords being indecision, and you hear me say this all the time, don't hold back on making a decision, because sometimes indecision is a decision. It kind of means that that you're okay with how things are, and you're going to allow that to continue. I do see you being seriously considered, concerned with family right now. I'm seeing the Six of Cups. So you're trying to protect your family, be supportive of your family, etc. And I'm seeing the Ten of Wands matched with the Magician. And the reason why I was saying in the beginning that it feels as if you're having to carry the burden and carry the weight of pulling off relationships right now is because the Magician and the Ten of Wands always feels like a task that's kind of, on your shoulders, so to speak. Well, there you go for that. I am going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients and let you have a peek at that. I don't see anything too terrible coming your way. I just feel that you're feeling restless, and also a little bit as if you're frustrated. However, things are shifting just fine. You just don't like repetition and redundancy right now, and that's what's pissing you off. So let's take a look at your Divination of the Ancients and see what card comes up for you, and we'll do a quick reading on that. Yeah, ready? Let's go here. Tarot, guidance. Well, that's not a bad idea. So tarot references getting some guidance or expert advice. And as you have this card come up, there's symbols and images that will be popping up for you in the next week that you should be paying attention to and asking for guidance. So let's read what tarot has to say to you. Get out Nana's granny glasses, y'all. Some bullshit. It's the getting old days. Tarot. The tarot represents a life quest, and receiving this card lets you know that being called to your own quest, it's time to leave the comfort of your everyday life and do the unexpected. Don't play it safe. Instead, so you're playing it safe with the Two of Swords. Don't play it safe. Instead, take up your sword and swashbuckle onward. I don't like that, but it's the silliest thing I've ever read out loud. Daring to explore every avenue. But don't be fooled along the way, for appearances can be deceptive. Instead, trust in the guidance of the tarot which will map possible pathways for your personal growth, and insight will point you towards your very own holy grail. Once armed with this information, go seek adventure. You will discover that you didn't imagine. You will discover a you didn't imagine existed. The incantation for the week is, and so I'll show no fear, no doubt, as guidance, answers seek me out. Consult, I will, the map of tarot to guide me beyond the straight and narrow. And it says here, time to leave your comfort zone. So that's the thing that's feeling frustrating to you right now, is all of this frustration that you're feeling is just feeling overcommitted, obligated, and feeling frustrated that things aren't moving like you want them to. So take a step back, maybe get some expert guidance, get a reading, for example, examine the tarot, or find a practitioner that you trust. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you feel your reading went. Stay tuned. I am going to pop right back on and do Sagittarius's reading live. So if you want to hang out with me and watch that, I'll be up next. Meanwhile, love and light, tell me where you are in the world. Like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in a little bit.